And they go towards inside, very standard stuff so far. Go for that inside control, but Bolt's looking to challenge at the upper platform, but headshot and have to fall back.
Back indeed. John to Zeus, no kills, Bolt's the same, but they need the opening kill, they need to make room on the Gambit side. A ladder slowly. Two players waiting at Z Connector, which is anticipation for retake and rotate. To be fair, you don't necessarily have to retake outer quite so much as B because you're already near enough to the bomb site and to the bomb itself because they've dropped it down. Good shot, KNG has to back off. Smoke will allow them to re-grab immediately. Lucas down by Adren. Finally Gambit. Exactly what they need. Getting a pistol, it would be their first in the series as KNG drops back in. No hit on either of the players alive. Toward the control room for KNG as Henny still tries to tap with the CZ at long range. And Hobbit might be perfectly positioned. Henny's got a kill, that's fine. Hobbit now knows he's there, won't waste any time with a knife. No time for a kill, just get it done. And they will.
Signs of life from Gambit, it seems. This is their map pick, and they kick things off with a pistol victory as well. Pretty standard at the start, going towards inside, pushing the CTs back. They headshot Bolts. That removes all vision that the CTs wanted at the very start of that round. Immortals then had to go more passively towards the B side, and that's where Gambit rotated in. Managed to get the smoke towards Connector and Ivy. Get those first picks. Doses fired up. There was a nice little flank coming in from Connector as well, so they're going to have to win this round. Forced by, of course, for Immortals here. 5-7s. CZ, a scalp for Henny. A little bit of damage inflicted to him, but he's still alive for now. He's in the Connector, and KNG, he's got that deagle. He wants to challenge the upper ramp once again.
Is perfectly positioned with the deagle. They're going toward him slowly, slow enough that a headshot seems easy. Not quite the second one. Doja gets it back. Bolts in the sight is the next to find a kill. 5-7 that drops the bomb temporarily. Thankfully, no one's watching down the lane, but look at Steel. Steel could steal it. Oh, goes toward the planter, gets them both to the CZ. Won't get time for the reload. It takes ages on the CZ, as we know, but Mo's there with the AK-47 to hold the high ground. Scout for Henny could be promising at this point.
Going to be a difficult situation with that bomb plant and no kits. They have to operate very quickly here. Mo with the advantage, I would say, as he comes in from the upper ramp. Everything to play for him. The fake defuse comes through. Nice HE grenade. He's not taking the bait just yet.
He's holding. He's holding, and the Scout's going to hold off Mo. He's got to go now. 5 seconds. He's got the shot in already. He's got the shot again. The Scout is positioned accordingly, and the round to Immortals.
Just as they get something working in their favor, it's Immortals that steal the round away. And like you said, Steel, the protagonists are coming through the lower round, managing to get those 2 kills to the CZ. They were watching that angle as well. He manages to actually get 2 kills, deny anything once the bomb was planted. It was a 2 versus 1 situation for Mo. I thought he had the advantage there. The full defuse comes in, he drops an head in his head. Didn't take the bait for so long, but the Scout took a gamble, watched that upper ramp, and managed to hit both shots. I was scared there. I thought he had to get the headshot, or that Scout was going to do nothing, but couldn't find the frag. Mo was sent packing, and we have a force buy in return here. A couple of AKs coming out. Not everyone fully committed, I have to say. PT-50s and Deagles for the other 3 players. It's Mo and Adren of head armor trying to open things up. Like we said, these are 2 players that haven't looked fantastic, but that's much better. Mo through the smoke find still, and we have a 5-on-4 situation. Immortals with rifles to work with here. Henny's still on that scalp. And now Gambit, this is their bread and butter. Get that early advantage. Slow pace game, methodical stuff. Get that map control. You see the straight line formation on the mini-map right now. And Mo looking for a couple more kills there. Managed to do significant damage towards Lucas.
In 4KNG, they just escaped the position he'll occupy at A main. He'll naturally have heard. Vision on him, which way he goes. The halls are certainly more promising. They're far enough ahead, they're not going to be lined up directly, but if they slow for even a second of execution, and he continues forward, he could find a kill, similar effect to Steel. Another good shot from Henny on the Scout, more damage done. Hobbit the one that's found. And here comes KNG. Red, not ready for it, down. They all turn back to go toward him. Flash around the corner. Catches them in part, but no one willing to be the aggressor. No one wants to be the next to go down because they may just do. If they're not careful, 2 peek, 2 combined. KNG to fall. Zeus. Shaky as ever, but gets the kill no less. What a shot from Henny on arrival. 2 HP. Swap to the AK. has no kit, so Gambit might respond, and tense times for Economy in these back and forth moments because it's the T's that can break it open, but I would expect Immortals will not give them the chance. He's spotted. Does he see it? Oh, I'm not sure the X-ray might have misled me even because it looked as though they could see each other over the back of the bomb train, but apparently not. And he continues to work in. He has no idea where they are.
Yeah, I think
and the longer, I was gonna say, the longer this goes, no kit in the HP, he's got to just bow out and keep the AK.
No kit, keep the AK-47. It's Gambit. Bit of a gamble, 2 AK-47s coming out. Does what is required. Adren caught him out in the previous map, but he finds that opening pick, gets in the 5-on-4. And like we said, slow, methodical gameplay coming at that point as well. KNG looked like he was about to shut the situation down. That backstab from Popdog takes one big kill, but can't find the second. That was the key moment. And Gambit take one back in returns. 2-1 in their favor now. Immortals do save that AK-47. Do they force around it? It looks like they certainly will. CZ's coming out once again. The scout once more. And the UMP will be thrown into the hands of Henny. It's still reasonable by all things considered, but see if it delivers a round victory at all for Immortals.
Molotov to clear both the lower ramp position in the corner. Didn't get to see the slow pace of the T side for Gambit on Cobblestone because we didn't really get to see a T side, period.
Absolutely.
Very aggressive with his pistol toward Popdog, but he's exposed. Looks away at the same time. KNG gets Doja, but Adren found the kill and follows up. He's still trying to find more. For a scout and over Johansson. Sends the pistol, can't find a kill with it. Adren, perfect on entry. A hat trick for him. He's gotten all three. Bomb goes down. Henny spotted along the wall or just sprayed. Either way, goes to Mo and falls. Gets no further. Bolts the same result.
Now we might have a grand final on our hands. Gambit have broken the economy of Immortals. They're up 3-1 on the T side of train. This is their map pick after getting battered on Cobblestone. Now we're seeing the likes of Adren hit some shots. He's been fantastic on this map all tournament, especially towards main entrance, finding map control, getting the headshots required. He was completely absent in the first, but this is looking much better from him. Has to be the eco for Immortals at this point as we enter round number 5. Nothing they can really bring to the table. USBs across the board, and Zeus looks like he's getting fired up now. Still believing that he has a chance to take this grand final and get his first major victory.
Damage already thrown out by the AK. Spewed upon them towards the connector. Hobbit follows up. They get more than this. Be careful not to overcommit to the peak. Adren and Hobbit do make good work of it against the default pistols that will just try and do economic damage a chance then, and therefore for Gambit. Make sure they don't lose anyone to build their bank. KNG's the last alive. He may have been detected already heading this position, although I say that, and Adren's kind of lost track of where he might have gone. Gives them a chance to find a kill, which means another down. Oh no. Oh, he thought about it. He thought about it, but Zeus won't allow it. We won't get a knife this time.
No knives as of yet in the grand final, but Gambit got a clean round from there. Lost one player, but still up against that full eco. They take the lead 4-1. Money still in a difficult position for Immortals, man. We said that double orb setup's going to be very deadly, but with all these force buys, they don't have the chance to bring it out early here. So number 6, and they've got 4 M4A4s. A Famus as well, no kits, and these are the sort of rounds you have to work a little harder for the frags, especially against a team like Gambit. Maybe you want to be pushing for the first kill, but they'll be so passive at the start, Gambit. We'll see whether they can actually get anything going here. 4-man stack towards outside as one player on in up. They're going towards Popdog very quickly here, Gambit.
It in, flash over, but they overlook it. Oh, Adren thankfully saves Hobbit's life. Doja follows up to get Lucas, and Zeus contributes further. Doja steps up once more as well. So not only does he save Hobbit, Hobbit stays alive, and all of it. Bomb goes down. It's a 4 versus 1, and Henny, although it held, will not have much chance to room to move, rather.
Yeah, this is a really nice call from Gambit. Nice fast pace this time, simple execution of the smokes. They know the money's to be low for Immortals. They won't have the orbs to challenge either. Famus and M4s there, and it's Adren finding that first shot once more. Dosia of 2 quick headshots, and that's round done. Immortals have no kits going into this round, so Henny can't even consider trying to win it. 4 versus 1. Hobbit's down to 12 HP. He might get 1 kill, and he'll be walking to his position right now. But Henny, can he find the timing here? Of course he can. Finds that, and that's all he'll find. Upgrade to the AK-47 and fall back.
Barely fall back as Mo tries to get an op shot toward him. smoking himself at Ivy. He won't go back toward T-spawn because that's being pursued. So they'll take the M4 over, but it's Gambit's turn to have a healthy lead at the start of the game, 5-1.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. So the timeout comes in for Immortals, their first one of the second map, and so far haven't really arrived here on train. They had a lot of force buys. They won the second round, but that can sometimes get out of hand. As soon as Gambit got back into it, you're forced to do the same thing. You just can't get yourself established in terms of the financial situation. Henny saves the M4. And with this pause, they're deciding what they can do with this round. You can see the money's not great. Maybe an HE stack towards outside. That could be something. It's very unlikely to win this round. It's up to Henny now, who performed amazingly on Cobblestone. Can he get anything done here? 3 HEs come in, as I said, probably going to be used towards that main entrance. That's where Dren's been most of the time. But Gambit reading the situation quite nicely. Hobbit just with that Mac 10, he'll be able to throw himself into situations first, farm some cash with that lesser weapon. Every kill he gets with that, $600 in the bank, and even if he gives it away against armored opponents, it's pretty useless. So it's great for him, not so good for the CTs as they pick it up.
Tries to go for a Guardian-esque wall bang towards Z.
He does. Nothing for it. Quite rare to see that find a kill, but always worth a go.
It's easy enough to line up, doesn't cost much time. Does give away the ops there. Dren going back in has to be cautious of Steel, who seems to be very proficient when he gets the pistols on close quarters. Many times he's come out successful. This time he will be shut down. Significant that they cannot give up another gun to complement Henny's M4 early, because then things get awkward. The next to go. Way through. AWP is going to watch off Pop Dog as they Molotov. They expect to be a player in the corner. It's KG actually at the ladder itself. Good, therefore, from Hobbit not to commit. Really goes up, but Hobbit will find one on the SMG.
Yeah, this is Gambit not giving anything away here. Finding that rifle, they knew the weapon was safe in the previous round. Shut that down, commit towards outside, pins to every single position, and find the kills towards Pop Dog, Ivy, main entrance, you name it, they're there. And they're finding frags, Lucas and Bolts. Upgraded pistols here, not worth the save. They'll be buying into the next round. And maybe, Matt, we do see a double AWP setup. Maybe maximum loss bonus next round after losing 5 rounds in a row. Lucas might get 1 kill here. If he saves the rifle, that certainly helps him out. But regardless, he'll be able to buy.
Bolts they actually get to. I'm going to say they'll find that AK, they'll pursue it for that reason. Toward the stairs. You're right though, if they can pull out the double off, that's where they are most effective. So I say they were going to find it, but doesn't necessarily guarantee the kill, does it? So they're not going to send Mo on the Jace. T-spawn. Nearly does Lucas, nearly does save it, but good find from a Dren. So now it really forces the call for investment.
Surely it's double AWP at this point. There it is, it's coming out. This is when we're going to see Immortals arrive, surely. They're so deadly, such a formidable duo, Henny and KNG. KNG especially has been fantastic in this tournament. Henny, you saw what he did in the previous map, but Bolts this time, 1 for 7. He needs to start arriving here, but still very early days, sure. There's a huge disparity in terms of the scoreline right now, but they can still get back into this as we enter round number 8. 1-1 for Mo. And I assume this will be a slow-paced round. Gambit have been good at adjusting the pace, but that's when they're reading the financial situation very well. I know that Immortals are fully equipped, and it's Mo and Henny going at it. Henny out, coming out on top. It's going to be Hobbit to drop first, and he did get tagged up in the process. So it's a 5-on-4, finally for Immortals here.
Start to see a battle at Ivy. Immortals didn't really take too commonly or often in previous maps. Or did big, for that matter. We saw a very stale Ivy in that regard. It's normally a lot more controversial and early in the round especially, but right now Dren slows up. As you say, Hobbit went down early. Henny therefore can back off inside of the site. In fact, he'll rotate all the way around to the old bomb position. Very passive and play late round AWP. Bolt's more effective and forward.
Bolt's by himself. It's Ivy, which is the main point of attack from Gambit here. Zeus and Dosia trying to find the next pick. Lucas in exposed position, trying to work with KNG here, who's got the AWP, but Lucas, I'm not sure he gets much done here, but can't find the frag. There it is at the KNG. Isolated, but he's starting to hit shots.
Hits a shot indeed, but that's going to allow the Immortals to just sweep the round away. Because as soon as he hits one, although he gets traded back and he's able to rotate over, it's perfect from Immortals to shut them down.
Yeah, especially with that first pick coming and capitalizing on the advantage they had. Towards Ivy we went for Gambit. I didn't think Lucas's position was going to bring much, it didn't, but the Orb stepping up there, managing to recover those from the previous round as well. It's a tactical timeout for Gambit, they're first, as they consider changing things up, trying to adapt, and the tactical timeouts can be mind games as well. You could be suggesting we're going to be changing something up here, we're going to be going for another fast rush, and it kind of gets Immortals thinking, maybe forces them to a situation they don't want to be in. Immortals can't really go for the super aggressive stuff with the double orb setup. They can push towards Ivy, go for the pick towards T-Spawn. That's pretty expected. They can go towards lower ramp, close range of that orb as well, but I don't think you'll see much more than that. Will be round number 9 coming in. Current scoreline 6-2 in favor of Gambit. Decent buy available for the T side. Mo back on that AWP. We'll check in on his score as well. 5-3. Still yet to arrive. We'll see if we can get further into this.
Double up obviously stays out. Mo very quick with his Molotov, won't allow him any further. He still has the position at the bottom of the ladder if he wants to go for a peek late. KNG. So towards Z connector, after the flames comes the smoke. Hobbit gets bolts, opening that matters because they'll force the CTs to change their setup. Although they're patient in doing so, they won't budge just yet because they still know they have the utility advantage at the outer site, at least for a moment longer. They are running low on it now.
Bolt's having a bit of a nightmare of a game here, 1 for 8. Usually anchoring. This time he was joined by Henny with the AWP. Bolts went for a full commitment for some point at the upper platform. Had Henny to back him up, didn't have to take that duel. Taken down by Hobbit. Sure, he dinks him in the process, but gives the man advantage away. And as we've always said, Gambit, they're so good at operating these situations. Get that early advantage. Their executions will be on point. It's bleed the CTs out. Still double orbs though. Immortals will be fighting back here.
Fine from Steel. Pushes up though, Mo. The T side up. Now it's down to just the double ops and 1 M4, which is going to have to be crucial and pivotal in the round as Lucas still waits at backtracks. Getting closer and closer is Doja. Getting closer and closer is KNG on the AWP. He's able to find the kill, and so is Henny on Hobbit. Zeus, alone for a moment in the B site, has to back away and let Mo join him. He won't play the high territory. A WP for Mo as well, keep in mind, so he wants to watch rotations and anyone entering, and he expects they're closer than they are. Won't quite be able to spot Lucas as he gets in behind the train. You don't know, X-Ray. That's a benefit to the spectators. We just saw his perspective and there was nothing to find. It's all going to be the AWPs.
Oh, these shots they're hitting. This is when they start getting warmed up. I was following the POV of the Orpis throughout that round. They're getting there now, Matt. The flick shots are coming through, and this is what I was excited about, the prospect of this double orb setup for Immortals. Very difficult to shut down, even after losing the first pick there. The retake, that should be a really difficult situation for them. Going to that bomb site, close range of the orbs, is hitting everything, though. It doesn't bother them whatsoever. Here's the replay. KNG, after hitting that shot outside as well, finishes things off. Starting to get to the Gambit guys now. After having that huge lead, it's starting to slip away. It is 6-3 still, they still have money after the plant coming through, but 2 rounds in a row for Immortals. It's whistling away at the Gambit economy here.
Steel aggressive again to Pop Dog. Same smokes toward Sandwich. Angie and Henny are both toward the yard. Both close to the positions, trying to be fortified and occupied. It's Ren. He's already inside of the quad position, but KNG pre-scoped. Gonna try and wait to see if he can get anyone crossing out of the gap. Good jump down, but Doja gives up the bomb that far away in hell. It's fortified by the AWP. If Henny can find even 1 kill, he helps significantly, but a better shot from Mo will open the position. Bolts now still has vision of Doja's blunder, if you want to call it that, because he's taken out Mo. That's the AWP, and all he has to do is hold Hobbit in the corner. Hobbit needs to slow it therefore, but he can't do it. Bolts may steal this back.
He might do. He's been very quiet in this half so far, Matt, but 50 seconds to work with here. Comes Zeus in the backtracks. This could be the perfect play. Bolts will be expecting it, and Zeus takes him down. Could have been a really problematic situation there. The bomb going down in that position, what a blunder. It was the change of pace from Gambit. They've been slow throughout this one, and then going towards outside. A few smokes deployed, trying to get those first picks, and it seemed like it was going perfectly. But KNG with the AWP hits the shot, takes the bomb down, and Bolts, as we said, very, very quiet so far, but almost finds one of the most important kills of the game. Zeus is the one that picks it up, and we go into round number 11. Back and forth game, 7-3 in favor of Gambit. The money's weak now for Immortals. 3 pistols, KNG though, he's got that AWP. We need him to step up here. What's the play?
Yeah, able to build up that bank early. Gambit, they survived the 2-round loss. Keep it close in both. Money gets limited once more. Zeus will find Lucas on entry. KNG misses the shot on cross. He's going to rotate around with Henny rather than sit open and alone inside of the site. Backtrack's play for split doesn't seem to be the call because no one's going over toward B, but they'll at least hold station. On the Gambit side, who I have to say seem to be the fan favorites that we've discovered. Goes back up top stairs, can't find anyone. All still there. KNG missed on his first attempt, has a second chance, but he needs to find an angle quickly as they get closer and closer. Angle that nearly got 2 as they crossed over. They'll still find a Dren, goes back for more, but Zeus gets it with a Mac 10 up close. Bomb will be planted. Steel's gonna be quick to get to Pop Dog if he can get through, because Zeus, they've dropped the bomb, may have to turn. He may have to give up the angle, which will give Steel the entry. Steel gets shoulder bait out, getting damage in. Has to be very careful, this Zeus.
Brave.
Very brave, but he's causing time to be a factor, and more so positional for Bolts. Because as they put their eyes on him and don't get the bomb to replant it, Steel's gonna rotate around, Bolts can start to watch it. This again comes down to a drop bomb. 4 HP as well for Zeus.
Still within a chance here, Immortals in the force bite. Bolts 2 kills, looking to rectify the previous clutch going against him. Bomb planted, Zeus low HP. It's him and Mo to work together here.
Gets in very close, as you say, towards Zeus's position. They're on either side of him. He's down. Would have been traded potentially either way. With the hop has it all to do. No kits. Molotov in behind the E-box. Check name aim, but he's going to walk out late from it. AWP, but it doesn't even matter. What a shot from Bolts. 4 kills and he redeems himself.
Yeah, looks amazing there. Bolts throughout that round. 4 kills, got 3 in the previous as well. Couldn't clutch that one out, but this time he delivers. Manages to pick up the AWP as well. Mo, you can see he's having a rough time this game, but still, it's back and forth once again. Bomb goes down for Gambit. They can just about buy into this one. With 6K on Zeus, they can drop 1 AK, and they'll do what they can. Limited in terms of utility. A couple of players maybe down to Tech 9s here. 7-4. Immortals, not done with train just yet. They picks up the last 3 out of 4 rounds. And Bolts, just great teamwork here with his teammate Steel. He goes to the full defuse. I want to see this shot. It looks very crispy from the POV of Mo. It certainly was.
Again, the bomb being dropped. Zeus, you said Steel was brave. That fight took so much time. Bolts was able to just slip in undetected. Just when Gambit think they get away, they have control of the situation. Immortals find a way immediately back in. And now their money is running low. It's break, no matter who wins this. KNG starts it off, but Adren responds. Better shot, KNG again, bomb goes down. It's out of Doji's hands. He's putting the flames! But even when he's hot, he'll hit the shot. Goes back and takes out Hobbit as well.
They're coming back into this emphatically. What a performance in this double orb. We did say, as soon as that arrives, it's going to be a bloodbath. Immortals now, once they've stabilized, are looking very good indeed. 7-5, looking to win the half now. They shut down the money, finally, of Gambit. That was the force buy with the Tech 9s and Galil's the AKs, but KNG, he's been one of my favorite players of this entire tournament. What a performance, his first ever major, and playing like this, it's unbelievable. Round 13 now, Gambit have to take the full eco, P250s, Glocks, that's it. And Immortals have a chance to stabilize themselves for the latter stages here of the first half. After going down 6-1. And he's still fighting back, they're looking much better.
Much better. And we start having cause for concern. Bolts take out Zeus. And through, quite far enough with its ricochet toward Doja. Bolts can go directly behind him. Thank you for the gun. Doja will pick it up. May not still be enough to work with, but we'll find out.
Yeah, there's a blunder there from the inside boys. Giving 2 weapons away, but still, he should be able to find this frag. No problem at all. Can't get the 3-man spray down, but he finds 2. Doja with a chance of winning this round. He's only got the M4, no armor. They know exactly where he is. Has to try and plant this bomb, but I think he needs a pick first. Uses that smoke to get it towards Pop Dog. Now we have a clutch situation on our hands. He has some time to work with here.
He's going to just go for it as well. Henny, he's watching, but he's going to go high side. AWP, you better hope that Henny misses. He's looked away at the wrong time. He will miss. He's been tagged as well. Doja, That's bold to sit around for the fight, I will say, considering he needs to get the bomb down.
He could win this.
WP missing gives a massive chance. Rotate back through Z. Dojia's gone up the ramp to see if they were heading toward Pop Dog.
Problem is, they've got 2 incendiaries here. Incendiary down lower, upper, diffuse, can't win the round. That's going to be done. If they time it like that, it's over.
Thankfully, he's got 73 HP, so he could push one of them, but it would be a desperate play. One's already gone down. The second goes exactly as you called it. Both positions watched on the diffuse, but a gap inside of the flames. A gap inside of the flames, and he goes down! He could spray both, but there's a kit for Lucas. There's enough time. He clutches with 9 HP.
That allows me to double spray down all day long. Like I said, they did use the incendiaries there, but they used the first one just beneath the lower round. They're trying to flush him out in case he was by that bomb train at the first one, but good lord, that got close. If Dojia wins that, he fires Gambit right back in there, and this is the beginning of it. This is how he got the rifle. He made it a possibility. This him just getting the bomb down there was enough. That's so close. It's unreal. He dinks the second player. He knows it as well.
So close. Punched off. I have to say as well, I was going to make this point, Immortals are the economy clutch kings, because every time it looks like they're broken, this happened with Virtus.pro yesterday on Run.
Yeah.
They win a round that they potentially shouldn't, and it saves all hope. Because this could have been up towards 9-2 at this point.
Yeah.
Or beyond.
Looking very promising now. We do have a buy available for Gambit here, but back to the slow-paced default. Setting up for smoke for the start here. They are very good at the old executions. Smokes from the dumpster, from the Pop Dog area as well. Could just be the wall of smokes. It's a good counter for that double orb setup. Try and remove them from the game. The orbs have a lot of pressure at that point, trying to get in front of the smoke and hit some really crazy shots.
Dren in sight. Zeus will do the same. Steals holding train. Free fires out. Dozier spots it. Fires back immediately. So does Mo. We go to 8-6 as we hit round 14. KNG and Luke is pushing through. Nearly shuts them down on the plant once more, but this time it is down. And a 4 versus 1 Bolt with it all to do. Again from backtracks. He finds the angle. Taps toward Mo, but doesn't land the shot. AWP prevails.
Lovely call there from Zeus. As I said, you know you're up against that double orb setup. How do you shut down the orbs, smoke them off, give them nothing to work with there? Still, he's in front of the smokes, but he's isolated, segregated from his teammates at that point. Has to try and find the frags. He can hear footsteps all around him, commits towards main entrance, doesn't get the kill. That gives Mo position to actually find these AWP shots towards the Ivy, and he starts delivering. And it's actually a very, very nice round from Gambit there. Slow default to start, smoke execution, pinpoint precision there on the shots as well. It's round number 15. They're looking for 9-6 here. They might just do it. That previous round, sure, Immortals won it, but it was very expensive. And the wallbangs coming in once again, not landing anything. And the CCs have to fight for these kills at the start, but send packing from the Molotov.
He will back away. Hobbit back to his default position, but it's far from a default based on the rest of them following in. KNG and Steel pushing him in could actually start to pincer. We know Steel had one very good flank already in this match. Timing, what'll it be? 1:12. Nate goes down close as the smokes, Molotovs go in. In fact, potentially anyone that was playing up near the ramp, but it's both behind the spool, which is spammable. Zeus tries it. Find the angle on it. Hobbit gets Henny, but he got to kill first. Onto a Dread. Good wraparound from Hobbit. And he'll stay forward as well to hold off rotations. Not all of them will come that direction. KNG goes toward Pop Dog instead, but Dojia's got that covered off. Let's have an UMP though, which could be threatening, but Dojia won't allow that to go any further. And Lucas has no real chance in it with just the deagle. 9-6 half for Gambit. They hold on because they had a 5-1 lead that could have amounted a lot more.
Yeah, back and forth first half. That's more like it from Gambit. This is their map pick. They controlled the money, the pace for the first 7 rounds or so. But as soon as Immortals adjust themselves to the force buying so much, a trait they were commonly plagued with in previous lineups of this team. But once the double orbs came out, they looked so good. Bold started to have a game as well. He was down 1 for 8. Gambit pulling it back. As soon as they started getting shut down by those orbs, they recovered. Once they had their money again, those set pieces. One towards outside, perfectly done. Finished the game off towards the inside area, a similar sort of execution. It's looking very good for them. They go into the CT side of 9 rounds. This is a great start. Win this pistol, we're very likely going to Inferno, which would be a great place to finish off this grand final.
KNG in. They got their first pistol in this game, first in the series, that is. to do the same. They want to control everything early on. Zeus starts well, Adren follows up. It's all answered back immediately as Henny and Bolts get kills. That's traded again as Hobbit finds one, and Bolts is continuing to find form. He was slow inside of the B site, but now it's a massive problem because Zeus goes low and Bolts in Steel of the True to pull it off.
Bolts is just looking so good. This is something he's been doing throughout this tournament. The P250 on the T-pistol, and it's delivered almost every single time. We said they've had this great start throughout, and it's been down to him. The P250 gives you more range, one-tap potential as well in the pistol round, and he delivers another amazing performance there. Immortals back into this game now. It's going to be a double scout setup there for Gambit. Here's a little replay of those P250 shots. That one especially. Good lord. Good night, Dosia. So double scouts, pistols as well. Looking to replicate the form of Immortals in the second round force spy in the first half. But it's Bolts out there by himself. This could be problematic, but he finds the first pick.
Snoopy gets caught with the nade out. Back to it, throws it toward Mo. That'll do damage. Good damage as well. Around the 58. Bolts wraps around, 2 to face. Only 1 to find. Mo's able to respond. It's a reload in time as well, and sees everybody's being pushed in from either side. Steel goes back toward the old bomb, cuts off Adren, and it's Doja that remains. Picked up an SMG, whether or not that's worth it. HenryG, excuse me, I thought he grabbed the UMP. He actually didn't, so he's still in the 5-7, he'll back all the way off. Ooh. That'll work, that'll pick him up a gun.
That's a nice shot. That's the AK-47. Can't win the round, but this will be useful. We saw what he did on Cobblestone with one AK-47 map. Maybe he can do it again in the next round. There's another kill. Just whistling down the money once again. Keep Immortals modest. Don't let them establish themselves. And remember that Cobblestone round. On the tree, 4-man spray down. He could cause damage in the next round on the CT side with this weapon. If he gets into an advantageous position towards the upper round potentially, maybe push Ivy, get that first pick, find another rifle. This could be interesting. Normally this next round's a full eco, but Dosia, he's going to keep things a little exciting.
One round between them, but 1 gun carried.
I reckon he's going to do some damage here. I'm feeling it.
Play. Ivy push.
That's pretty much your only option. The thing is, Immortals, if they're smart here, you've got 2 options, right? You probably either rush inside and go towards that upper ramp and have the bird's eye view of the bomb site, or you do a complete slow default here, and you see whether you can work out what the gun is and give you your best shot at that point just to go in the other area of the map.
Going for the all-rifle setup on Immortals side too, which means that even though they have the AK for Doja, Moss, you could argue he's got the advantage over, the rest are equals. No range advantage. Damage potential, KNG hits the shot on Doja's forced off ticket booth already. So the AK down to 23 has to back off. Steel, Bolts inside of the site continue to be a duo that's formidable to get them in position. And Bolts is wise to read the fact that Dren's going to rotate back down through ladder coming over from B. And the AK gone this time will not be carried over, but we do go into the gun round. An all-important one as well for Gambit because, as you mentioned, Immortals T-sides have been excellent.
All tied up. After those 4 spies, Gambit can't bring out the AWP for Mo. A chance for Immortals to set the pace of the half. They could go for something very quick indeed. Shut down the lack of utility for Gambit. You can see they've got no incendiaries. 1 kip. They do have the smokes to work with here, but like I said, no AWP on Mo either. This is one of those difficult rounds to pick up on the CT side. After you force by in a second, that's why a lot of teams are opting to get away from that idea and to take a more modest approach. But here we go, the fast-paced gameplay, but Bolts, he can't find the frag. Mo takes him down.
Start off again for Mo. Adren follows it. Steel swung wide, right angle, right shot. Not the right accuracy to nail the head of Adren. He stays alive. 22 HP. Back over to B instead. Going to plant. They have to first get by Adren, even though the smoke's there, it's deep. They show themselves, they're revealed before the cross, and when they do peek back out, it's going to be just KNG remaining. 18, he'll slow it down as best he can, 1 versus 5, but good luck.
KNG just wants to find any kills he can here. Knows he can't win the round, but Gambit, the money was so low going into this round. If he gets 1, maybe 2 kills, that's enough. That's promising, but Mo's in a perfect position to hit the shot. Struggles, but he gets it just about. And there it is, Gambit takes the lead, and that's exactly what I expected from Immortals. Something very fast, get out there, and try and bully the fact that Gambit don't have much to work with. Certainly went up the AWP. A few smokes at the very start there, but couldn't hit the shots. It was up to Bolts to take down that first kill, but couldn't do it. Very nice performance here. And Matt, what am I seeing here? The double AWP setup.
T side.
On the T side.
I saw the first one bought, and I was interested more than anything because Henny bought it and dropped it to KNG, and they're going to leave the second one with bolts because he's got a slightly better spawn to get toward A main. So he's going to go for the fast peek, get himself in position. No utility deployed. It's almost a perfect situation. The only ingredient missing, someone to fire at. And I imagine he'll go back and swap the gun.
Yeah, you'd imagine so, and indeed that does happen. Back to Henny and KNG on the orbs. It's a difficult approach here. Unless you get that first pick, you have to go very, very slow indeed and try and open the map up. But it seemed like Gambit, they don't give much away. Classic formation from them, using the bomb train mode, backing him up as well. We have one player watching the Ivy. Being found as of yet. Henny taking damage there. KNG down to 21 HP as well. It's looking like a Gambit round here as they find the first pick.
Good control. Zeus gets found though by Henny. Watch. Headshot potential from Lucas. Unfortunately, it's not the AK, and Hobbit doesn't really care what gun it is because he'll pop back up. Make no mistake putting him down. Still one of the two ops in play, but Hobbit getting closer, spotted out by Steel. Doesn't need to be baited into the second player. So smartly backs off to keep himself alive. Does his feet show fast enough for Steel to respond? He certainly sees them. Molotov goes in, Hobbit goes high, but head shows.
That's not bad.
Not bad at all. Forces the play. Architecture all the way through. Gonna get closer and closer to the bomb as well. Finds its red. Now there's a problem. Mo's only on 16. Flash ever so slightly mistimed may have amounted to the kill against Mo. Thankfully, Dozier's gotten in a position that's a lot closer, but he's gonna go hunting. Mo's gotta be perfect. Finds the first. No response from Steel. The more time Mo buys, the faster Dozier's able to flank around the other side, and Mo gets the kill himself.
Big plays from Steel, but not quite enough. 2 kills for him in the 4-on-2 situation, but Mo, low HP, holds his nerve and manages to win the round just about. Gambit looking a little bit uncomfortable there towards the end, but overall it was fine. We'll see whether Immortals can bring anything else to the table. So far, quite novelty plays coming through. They had the fast outside approach, knowing that the Gambit money would be low, and that double orb setup as well. It seemed like once they didn't find the initial pick, they didn't really have much to work with there. I want to see more of the defaults, the execution play, getting that map control. They've had an objective from the start so far in all of the gun rounds. But
Zeus getting very pumped up.
Yeah, that's a big round for him.
Goes deep. Won't do as much damage as you might expect with no armor. Quite laying close enough. Mo gets Henny through the smoke though. Through the smoke toward Ivy instead. Bomb was dropped, by the way, the first shot, but Mo goes around. He has to rotate. Hobbit's gone down to the pistol. And it's perfect. Lucas is found. Steel, no real chance in it. We'll try and go back down toward Ivy.
Yeah, they did what they could with the pistols here, but hasn't amounted to too much there. It's going to be Mo with 3 kills. Looking very good indeed. We'll be 12-9, and we've got a timeout being called. So Steel, no real chance to find anything here. Doing a little bit of damage towards Mo. That takes him down. That's quite nice. They'll recover the orb. There's a bit of financial denting there, but as they see on the screen, the fan favorite, of course.
It's the loudest it's been all game.
But money available for Immortals. Like I said, a few novelty plays coming through. I'm not a big fan of that double orb setup on the T side of train. It has its place when you know exactly what they're doing, you know what kind of picks you can work, but it seemed like they just tried to force the issue and didn't really get much for it. Gambit now in touching distance, they're taking this second map. I'd love to see Inferno map. I think that'll be an amazing game to finish it off. Yeah, absolutely. Inferno's always a classic in the best of 3. It's a map almost every team's happy to play at some point, and they're always going to be a very balanced affair. I think that'll be great.
Which is completely why we see it as a third map, but also best of 1s, where everything's sort of vetoed away, and then it's the middle ground. We saw it a lot in this tournament. I think you and I have seen it probably.
We casted like 3 Infernos in one day.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah. I was going to say we've probably seen it 6 or 7 times ourselves. We get back underway though. Gambit 12-9. Marginal lead, but CT side, see if they can shut down yet another gun round coming in from Immortals.
No orbs available. 3 AKs towards Ivy, 2 of them towards inside, and Zeus will be battling towards that Pop Dog area, and Hobbit will be backing up Mo towards Ivy. So a change of setup here from Gambit. A little bit more aggressive as Hobbit actually gets in towards that Ivy position. Maybe push it towards the server area. The Bolts are still to get some basic map control. Steel especially trying to take any vision away. But Dosia, he's on the lower ramp with his M4 in hand, of course. Very good inside player, I have to say. Just holding that nade out, trying to do some chip damage at the very start. Fall back in this delay. Anyone getting over towards the upper platform.
Gives up some room toward Ivy. Did the same thing. I think he and Mo had the same idea to look toward A main because no one could see it. Zeus was kind of stuck behind his smoke. Realizes he's probably best off to watch Ivy. 3 players coming down that direction. Gonna rotate around to the backtrack so there will be no rapid potential. Looks to be the A split. Flash out. Lucas wants first contact. Hobbit not showing yet. Oh, stuttering the step. One's already gotten by though. That's the problem. Even though he realizes the shoulder contact, Lucas has already gone inside of his sight. Good find, Hobbit on the first. KNG to chase. Can't quite stop himself fast enough to get the aim set. And that allows Lucas some more room in the sight to get the kill. But Zeus comes around. Bolts! Saves him completely after Lucas gets 2, and Bomb's going to go down. Doja in a 1 versus 4. He doesn't have much to work with. Caught knife out. KNG brings it to double digits on both sides.
That's what we wanted to see. That's more of what we saw on Cobblestone. The great defaults working together, pincering bomb sites, and is hitting lights out shots there with the AKs. No orbs required this time. It's Lucas doing a fantastic job. And they find themselves at double digits as well, 12-10. They're not broken for Gambit just yet, but that's much more promising for Immortals. That's the kind of players I want to see. If they're going to win this in 2-0, this is the kind of counter they need to be playing. If they get trying to use all the spawns and get the double orbs out, forcing everything, just play textbook Counter-Strike, which they've been so good at throughout this tournament, and they should be fine to get at least tying things up at the moment. But still, Gambit with 3 and 4. So UMP on Dosia, just to know, who plays inside by himself. Mo, AWP at the bomb train. Still go for the faster map control this time. Let's get in towards the lower round position. Dosia calls over for Adren to join him.
Smoke dissolve steel will make sure that no one's going to be able to walk out of the opposite corner. All important for Gambit is this round Mo with his AWP, his ticket. No real aggression for, or rather from Gambit to try and push out Ivy at all. It's been heavily contested. This round it's not.
A very slow round from Immortals here. They'll end up at an outside execution from what I can see. They have the smoke still available. Try and buy themselves some time to work with to make their ascension to the bomb site. Build themselves a path. Smoke's deployed. Doesn't look like a fake, and they might just be fully committing to this one.
Zeus was alone on the inside of the smokes. He has to back off. That allows the entry, as you say. The wall, what they don't account for. Oh, as Zeus gets into ticket, nearly takes down KNG. Was that exact position above them. They won't get the plant. Adren denies it. That'll buy more space. 22 seconds. BO3 grabs it. He'll try and commit, but Adren's got the position. He's got the lineup, and Mo. He takes out Lucas. Round is done. 13 seconds. Henny's just going to try and save the AWP.
Slow-paced default into the execution there. The wall of smokes, that, like you said, they didn't account for that heaven position. Zeus, he gets the first pick. Throws a spanner in the works, and Adren somehow denied the bomb twice through smoke from Connector as well. Very nice stuff there. Immortals, purely the objective. Wall of smokes, get the bomb down, go into clutch. Didn't happen though. The plan doesn't happen. They're actually going to be struggling with 20 seconds remaining. It becomes a bit chaotic. And they find themselves at 13-10. Very back and forth in this second half. They have 4 rounds. All Gambit. Immortals struck back. And now they have to force buy into this once again. I think we do have the AWP available for Henny. Pistol on Lucas, steal on the Galil. This could be one of the last buys if this doesn't work out for them. They'll be forcing after this.
Doja waiting inside of the smoke steel. Quick contact. Dren's going to rotate over after that information is relayed. Not against Mo from a deep. It's on the 24 as Lucas gets a little optimistic firing at the wall.
I think this will be the inside play. We haven't really gone to that side of the map yet for Immortals. Let's try that out. We've got the orb. Let's get Henny in position. Smokes down, flashes over, use those pistols. Try and get the Galil to get an opening pick. But Dosia and Adren have been fantastic so far. Contact play, nothing really deployed. So Adren and Dosia, can they hold them off?
Doja's in position. They've overlooked, but good response. 2 extras come through. Adren's got to be the next to follow up. Just gets around the corner before shots come in, but Henny with a great one. Follows it. Nearly goes for a third as well. Hobbit gets the response as he fires between, but the bomb crucially goes down. Hobbit with speed is going to start to work back in the position, but I don't know that he'll anticipate KNG's angle. Free fire gives him up as he stops on the shoulder peak, but it puts him low, 16, and that's easily enough for Bolts to clean up. Mo's going to run.
He has to. Both of them low HP there. Very excited to see towards that inside bomb site. No smokes used as one flash over. Dosia couldn't get a frag. As he fell back, his teammate dropped. And then the round span out of control. Hobbit did what he could with 2 frags. Adren chiming in as well. Wasn't quite enough though. It will be Mo saving the AWP for sure, and that's going to be very good news for Gambit. That brings them into first stage loss bonus. They'll get about 3K per player. They'll probably force around this AWP. They potentially don't have to. They can look at the bigger picture here, right? Let's get some upgraded pistols. Try and use the AWP with Mo, which can be enough. That's why they'll take a timeout, I think, just to work it out. We're obviously coming to the crescendo of the second map here. Round number 25, Immortals with the advantage right now. Here's the shots from Henny. The first one looked sensational. Oh. Look at that. Takes the Dren down, keeps his composure, finds a second as well. Now Immortals are getting into this train game. Been a bumpy road for them, but we'll have a look at the buy for Gambit. It's a big decision to make. They could force into this one and aim to shut Immortals down before they have a chance to establish themselves. But even with just pistols here, some body armor, Mo with the AWP as well, this round's very winnable. A lot of mistakes to be made on the T side of train, from the most difficult maps to get to that bomb site, deploy all those smokes, so many tight angles, lots of positions that CTs can lie in wait.
This round has shades of the Virtus.pro Game 2 yesterday all over it in terms of money at 13-11. WP only. KNG's, again, being the primary opper, so we talked about that. You made mention of it early on in the event that you thought he should be taking it over more frequently on the T side. Well, he certainly will.
Well, Mo spotted it at the very start, took a shot for this smoke, but no damage inflicted as of yet. Mo knows he has to work hard with the frags here. Dancing around the bomb train. It's aggressive, but that's a nice shot from KNG as to find a Dren there.
So quick. And then slow, they'll back it off. KNG could go back for more Hobbits, trying to get an angle. All right, if you want to come back out, I'm ready for you. Nearly works as well, because the first shot went to the second player in the site, Mo, and then it was immediately chased out by Hobbit, but Lucas in better position. Things change now. Mo with the AWP does find a shot, and Zeus is baited back in. Mo gets pulls. It may work. The single up. Lucas and Steele, the last two alive as they work back inside of the site. Bomb waiting patiently for it to be picked up back toward A main.
This was Immortals' chance to almost tie things up here, but it's Mo delivering frags, and Dozier adds to their total. 3 versus 1, it falls apart for Immortals, trying to get the refrags, but Mo, he's hitting absolutely everything. Takes down Steele, it's 14-11, and Gambit. I did say Mo could be dangerous with that AWP. They're right back into this now. That was a partial investment, and he delivers on all fronts. We're gonna have to take a pause from Immortals there shortly. Now it's a difficult situation. Gambit in touching distance of the third map. Immortals financially broken. They're forcing into this. 1 AK, pistols as well. Mo just hit every single shot.
We see the last one as well from his POV. Good God. Steele has him back turned. Boom.
That is kind of sick, isn't it?
He's showed up. Double up now for the CTs. A Dren. The single AK again. We know that that's threatening. The single guns in general apparently threatening. KNG the one to have it. 3 toward Ivy. It's been successful on entrance for Immortals in multiple instances. Hobbit the one to defend it as always. 17 and 18 for Hobbit. Mixed success. Been pushed off this position a lot, and Mo with the AWP is close by, but Hobbit already is being passive to hold. With Bolt's getting closer in the front of the site, if they overcommit to him, it's going to create a lot of space for KNG and Lucas. They're going to winch their way in. Straight in, all the way around. Bolts will strike. Good play from Hobbit, holds the corner. Mo is able to get in position. Bolts gets in. Good deagle shot. Follows it to take Mo. Now there's room to work with as an AK's picked up. And Bolts already has the M4 grabbed. Shut down, though, is Steele by Zeus. Henny, the same result. Dozier may have saved the day and saved the round because it's just Bolts remaining, and Bomb is well removed out toward Ivy. Zeus puts map point for Gambit on the board. We might have a third, but we're not done yet.
That was the force fight for Immortals, and there was some glimmers of hope there, especially with Bolts as well. 2 1-digs, but couldn't finish the job. As we get into round number 27. One will do it for Gambit to take us to Inferno. That's when I think this grand final will be absolutely phenomenal. It's Deagles, Tech9, CZs. A few smokes to work with there after Immortals forced into the previous round. It's Mo that's been the hero of the last few. So good at the AWP. One more will do it. Do Immortals have anything left here on train?
Steele bypasses the nade. Very standard positioning, almost the default-esque for the pistols of Immortals. Just wait for the flames to extinguish and then goes back in toward Pop Dog. He makes a noise, jumps. KNG won't be bought. Might be sold. The nade goes up. Fractional damage. He's able to read that and back away in time. I'm still unsure of its desired target, final destination. Inside of the site itself, Doji and Adren, and they are grouping. Lucas is making his way over as well. He'll join them 5 straight in with contact, with the smokes down. Adren goes to the high ground to try and find a better angle as KNG walks in with Deagle. No opening yet. Molotov perfectly positioned to deny, not give them the space, but Doji's got to be careful in the open in the middle. More so because Bolts is taking out a Adren. His wingman, his man above to watch over top Doja. He's locked out in the middle, 9 HP found by KNG, but it's a 1 versus 2. Want him to go down, and they're going to act quickly. They're going to try and swarm in and get an angle. They know he has to go right or left. Both are covered, both are watched, and Hobbit's going to close it. Gambit will force map 3.
It was looking desperate for Gambit in the first. Immortals in control of every situation, every facet of the game. Betraying, that's when Gambit have come to life. Going up 6-1 to kick things off as well. We did see the adjustment for Immortals. The double orb setup looked like it was enough to potentially come back and have the full reverse sweep, but unfortunately not. It dropped off towards the end. Gambit, so resilient there. Mo especially, he had a quiet game, especially in the first half as well, but when he got on the CT side, that 1 orb situation surrounded by pistols as well, that was the turning point, and that's when he knew Gambit were going to take map number 2.
Absolutely, and eventually one of those had to go their way. So many rounds that come so close to breaking economy and then had it fall apart. It did take a huge effort from Gambit to win this, but we go to Inferno to decide it. It is turning into a brawl and a great final.
Yeah.
Better, I think, Mo overall, I think, is the difference maker, but better overall from Gambit. A little bit less, perhaps, I think, from Lucas. Didn't have quite the same entry impact. Their T-side didn't, I guess, wasn't quite as explosive.
I think Immortals, especially on the T-side, they're focusing too much on, like, forcing the issue, trying to get that double orb setup out on the T-side. That's not something I want to see in the grand final, really. It was slow pace, it didn't really work out for them, and once they didn't get the initial pick, they didn't really seem to have a plan, a backup to that. They tried the fast-paced play as well once they broke the economy of Gambit, but they were loving that. They took that all day long. And at that point, we saw a couple of good defaults, some decent executions there, but Gambit ultimately too secure, looking too strong on our CT side.
Strong indeed, and they have to be. They'll have to be strong in the third map. Both of them will be. Third map to decide $1 million major in Krakow. We're going to take a break to the panel before it all concludes.
Welcome back to the PGL Major in Krakow. It is, of course, the final game, the grand final, and the final map is almost upon us as well. After 8 days of action, it all comes down to just one single map. First to 16, Immortals versus Gambit, or who knows, maybe a little bit more beyond. Janko and Moses are back at the desk, and I feel a little bit of tension in the air, gents. I feel a little bit of tension because you are divided on where this is going now. I thought you were on the same page. Great analysts, great former Counter-Strike players that you are. I thought you know how this world works. But now, somehow, after 8 days, there is division on this desk.
8 days.
I don't know why. I think it's been a very long tournament, so I guess Jason slowly the exhaustion is
it's got to his brain,
coming into play, and
I couldn't believe it when I heard you utter that you thought Gambit was going to win this game.
Gambit is going to win this game hands down.
No, he's crazy, Paul.
Why?
Immortals, they're going to pecker slap these guys right out of the server. That's how it's going to happen on this third map, and no better map to do it on than Inferno, one of the greatest maps we have in all of Counter-Strike history. But that double op setup is going to be too much on this map. I think Mo had a great game we saw, but like he can't keep that up on Inferno. I think that's going to be a little bit difficult, especially on the T side. His opping is going to be way more rough. I think KNG as well, when he goes to the T side with the AK-47 in his hand, is going to be quite nice. He'll still be able to have an impact, and I just feel a lot more comfortable with Immortals on this map than I do with Gambit. I don't feel a whole lot of confidence out of them on Inferno.
And for the case for the defense?
I just can't wait for Daddy Zeus to break apart that double op setup with some nasty executes once they get some money going on. The only hope for Immortals here is something like win both pistols and then reset Gambit early on so they can never get their economy game going, because when they do that on both sides, they have the superior game plan and the superior ability to adjust during the game.
All right, okay. These two have they've ended their fight just now. They're going to put their grievances aside as they head into the final game and enjoy it, no doubt. One's gone for Gambit, one's gone for Immortals. It's split down the middle here. I'm pretty sure it's the same in the arena as we head back to our commentary team for the final game of the PGL Major Krakow. Enjoy with Sadokist and HenryG.
Enjoy, indeed we will. It's going to be excellent all the way through. Immortals have been absolutely relentless on this map on a CT side. But Gambit, I think, are going to be a little bit up for it with their slower play style. Maybe that plays into their favor.
Especially that double orb comes out as well. I think they'll be shut down pretty quickly. The T-side executions coming from Gambit, the slow-paced gameplay. I think we could have a really deep map here. It depends who shows up. We saw it from Immortals on Cobblestone. Gambit looked much better on the second. Their stars starting to align. Here we go. We're getting into the third map. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise! Gambit on the CT side, Immortals on the T, 4 sets of armor, heading with the smoke, 2 flashbangs. It's looking like a very simple approach here. One smoke towards CT spawn, perhaps, could go straight towards middle, smoke off the arch and explode together. Gambit without the kit here, as we get into the third and final map of this major grand final.
All 10 players chasing their first major final victory. The Zeus will force him back with 17 HP left to work with. Bolts will start to work as well toward Banana, but Adren won't give that up easily. In fact, he's willing to take the fight on the USP. Goes back down, good shot, takes out Bolts. Lucas has gotten close though. His shots from Mo could be a problem, but no problem at all. He's gotten Lucas back down. KNG recognizes his rotation towards the library, and he'll get there first. So it still creates a possibility for the wrap that's now denied by Doja in pit. Zeus has gone to burrow his way inside of the site on 17. Steel gets closer. You've got to be careful though, because as he gets closer to the pit, he baits himself into Zeus. Good reaction from Zeus. Recognizes as well that they get so much closer, and Hobbit comes all the way around, and it's Gambit to take the pistol.
A pause coming in straight away. That's a team ace as well for Gambit, looking very good. Immortals with the fast play towards the top of middle, trying to get around that arch but losing a pick on every corner, holding the lines perfectly. Gambit Gaming, fantastic job there on the CT side of Inferno. The pause comes in. This is a tactical timeout for Immortals. Interesting. I guess they're discussing, right, we're going to be forced into this second round. Maybe they had an incorrect call and they need to work something out. But they should be buying the Tech 9s here, armor as well. A player has jumped out the server, so maybe it is technical. Maybe I'm getting a bit ahead of myself.
Because I didn't see anyone talking, especially Zach. Yeah, and I see an admin that's digging away at Lucas's PC.
They looked very quiet on that first map, but Gambit now really getting into it. You know, decent Inferno side. We'll have a look at buys coming in on their side of the server. Zeus and Hobbit bring out the UMPs. We have indeed lost Lucas, so this is going to be technical. I assume he was dead Once he left, so shouldn't be any issues there. Headset is off, so it does confirm indeed it is the technical pause here.
Gambit again get the first pistol in the game. They've gotten 2. Immortals has gotten 3. Immortals got both in the first map, but importantly, the reason I mention it's the first pistol is because that's where Immortals' strength has been, getting a really, really fast start, and teams have been struggling all weekend to shut that down. I say weekend, group stages, that wasn't seemingly the case, but now that they've been in the arena, every time you see scores of 7-2, 9-3.
Well, Lucas hopefully back into the server momentarily, and this is going to be a great start for Gambit here. They'll be buying up presumably a couple of rifles, some UMPs, trying to fend off the Tech 9s of Immortals.
Well, while we've got time, if you want to learn to play anything near the level that these guys play at, there's a website you can do it, G2 Astralis, SK, they're all on there, and they'll help you out with all their tips. It's boomio.com, head over that way, and you'll be filled in with everything you need to know about Counter-Strike to get out of Silver 2.
Yeah, I'm going to check it out.
You need to get out of Silver 2, so that makes sense.
We'll see what we can do.
You broke your PC earlier. You were so mad about it.
Did you see that? It's quite a beautiful display, wasn't it?
I heard that actually is coming out of your paycheck for this event.
It is, but it was worth it, I think, for the way it exploded all over the floor. Just to demonstrate how angry I was with my teammates, I think it was worth it. You know?
Always the teammates.
Yeah, I never do anything wrong. You know that.
That's true. Frustratingly, I know that.
Well,
actually, guys, he only sent them to me. I have Doge's nudes, no one else.
Do you really?
Yep, I'll accept PayPal transfers for them.
You are very close friends with him. It's kind of strange how much you guys keep in contact.
True. Let's not get into my personal life now, Hank. This should be pretty quick getting Lucas's PC back underway.
Well, lovely round from Gambit. Immortals now on the chase. They have been good in these second round 4 spies. Gambit trying to bring a perfect round forward into number 2 here. Lucas not back on the server just yet. The buys will be coming in momentarily. I've been told it's just a couple of minutes and we should be ready to roll. Beautiful arena here, the stage. First time we've had a setup like this, the glass boost. I love to play in the map. I'll tell you what, it's completely silent in there. It's a very tranquil environment. You can't hear much. You can see out to the crowd as well. You can feel the hype, but it's a really, really nice to play in there. It's quite an honor, I have to say. It was lovely.
Beautiful looking, I will say. Suitable with the glass all around for the 360 setup. Which looks quite ominous right now with the lights on people's cell phones.
We didn't get a chance to really talk about the pre-game of Inferno. So from what you've seen so far, it seemed like Immortals were going to run away with this grand final where they had the perfect tee shot on cobblestone, closed it out quickly as well. It seemed like there was no Gambit force whatsoever there. The big names weren't really fragging whatsoever. We go to train, and what a turnaround that was, especially from Mo. My God, what a showing he had. Just staring into the camera there. He knows he's on camera, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know how he knew that with his eyes closed. Immediately realizes it. This is getting a little weird. Who's going to last longer? He's probably just going to dry his eyes out now. So if he misses op shots, it's because his eyes have gone dry. Ooh.
Oh, had to blink. Had to blink.
Oh.
Gave in.
One finger salute while he gave in there. That'll be hoisted, that trophy at the end of this game, no matter what.
Yeah, one map separates us from a footage of another major. And who would have thought these two teams in the grand final? Some of the biggest names we have in the game attending, of course. Not one of them really making it to the semi-final stage. It's kind of bizarre that we found ourselves in that sort of manner. But hats off to Gambit and Immortals for getting this far. We had some other lesser names in the playoffs as well. You think about Big, their journey to make it to the stage and have an impressive journey being another challenger team to get that far.
Yeah, very impressive, especially with them coming out of the lower bracket in the playoffs of the minor.
Yeah.
Had some issues in that event, and then look, as soon as we hit the final day and they swept everyone 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, thought, okay, great, that's fine. They look good going into a qualifier. I had them on the bubble of the qualifier to get in, and then to come here and do as well as they've done is remarkable. And you know, Gobby deserves a lot of credit for building that team the way that he has. But you can't discredit either of these two teams either, because no one would have predicted them to have the same amount of success. In fact, of these two, you might argue Gambit was a little bit higher rated, being a previous legendary team.
They're doing rock, paper, scissors for something in the booth over there.
Is that not communication?
I don't know, yeah, I guess it counts.
That's it. Throw the book at them.
Rock, paper, scissors. Lucas is joining the server. We're almost back into it. It was a very exciting way to kick off the pistol here on Inferno. And the buy starting to come through. Mo, he's gone for the scout. He's hit some pretty remarkable shots throughout this tournament with that weapon, so I don't blame him. But the force buy will for sure be coming in from Immortals here. The unpause will be called momentarily. We reset the round. Tech9's head armor. The problem with this buy is you don't actually get really any utility. A player that found a frag on the pistol, sure, you can get one smoke. That's about it. The rest of them, though, Tech9's armor, it's KNG with that one smoke. I guess if you rush towards B, get the first pick, snowball effect, pick up an SMG, smoke CT spawn, you have a chance of winning the round. I think that's one of the few viable options you have right now. You can go towards top middle, smoke arch, concentrate towards quad, but I feel like you'd get crossfired to death at that point.
Back underway, Tech9's out, +1 CZ for Immortals. Fast from Zeus and Mode across top middle, no nades down. Range a factor when you look at the SMGs. Scout certainly has it, but it's got to hit shots. It does against Henny, good tag. It was down to 31 very early. Closer to the top, vault middle. Banana looks to be a contest. Dren's very low and in the wall. They won't necessarily check this side right away, but you need some support because they'll rush through with Tech9, which we know can be fast. Hobbit, oddly enough, has the bigger distance to cover on the MP9 instead.
Not as fast as expected from Immortals, getting peppered down there. Bolton 64 HP, Henny at 31. Adren and Hobbit there, full control Banana. You see Hobbit there on the wall, trying to bait in his teammate there, but Adren being left for dead apparently, as Hobbit wants to rotate back towards the A side. And look at the T presence in front of him. He has no idea. They could explode any second. They don't need the flashbang. They can't really do anything about that close range of position. But if they get a refrag with only one going down, they should be fine.
Timing with the smoke, Adren! He goes out perfectly, no smoke required. As soon as the smoke started to dissolve, Hobbit did head back. He was hoping they'd funnel them toward A, so it was a set timer on his abandonment. And as he arrives back in, he arrives in style. SMG, naturally, as they are SMGs, will get all the kills and put Gambit up 2-0.
Adren, I thought he'd get one, maybe two there, but he finds three, does damage to a fourth as well. Manages to pick up the round single-handedly, buys enough time for his teammate to rotate and finish things off with the MP9 as well. Nothing really achieved there for Immortals in the second round force buy. Round number 3 has to be the full eco here. No bomb plants as of yet. Immortals struggling here on Inferno so far, but very early days. This should almost be a guaranteed 3-0. I think we've got some nades going down towards bottom and middle from what I can see. Incendiaries as well. No damage inflicted just yet. It's the Banana Rush and Adren looking to add to his frag total here.
Play Hobbit again, that MP9 finds 4 kills for him in total. Doge is able to work down middle, and they're locked inside of Banana, which they will not get any further. 3-0 for Gambit. They've reinvested one on Adren as he went down on round 2. He bought an M4. Yeah. This is where they have a decision to make. Going against AKs. And I think Hobbit is going to make that decision. He's dropped off the MP9. It doesn't have the armor penetration. I imagine an M4 comes out for him.
Or he could drop the AWP for Mo as well. That's an option. But he's got a scout right now. And I guess in terms of this situation, he wants to keep that weapon.
He's going to keep it.
You keeping the MP9?
He did. He grabbed it. So they've gone SMGs, MP9, UMP ×2, a scout, and the M4 carried over on Adren. This is about as big as a bonus round as you can get.
Yeah, absolutely. 3 SMGs and a scout as well. Very unlikely to win this round. A little bit of damage inflicted with a nade there towards bolts. Mo firing also speculative shots there towards these steps. Doesn't get anything just yet. Same story for Henny towards Banana. It's Adren though, once again. He's looking so good in this Banana area. Dictating the pace. It's his area of the map. You're not having any of it. It's 5-on-4. Lucas and Henny trying to get the refrags here, but they've lost control. They still have smokes and flashbangs to work with here, but Hobbit burrows himself in towards a locks position. Adren to bait him in further. And that's the perfect position for that MP9, is it not? Even if he gets one frag, that's enough. Lucas surely going to check this. He's not. What's he thinking?
Wow. Hobbit burrows in. Lucas goes down.
Gotta check that. He loses full control of Banana. Just walks past. Doesn't even think about that being a possibility. This is a full bonus round as well. Tags coming in towards Henny. It's falling apart for Immortals here.
And they just picked up an AK, which is why we talk about the bonus. You really get the kill reward of an SMG, plus the guns that were brought in by Immortals. And advantage they have. A scout's gonna come into it. Apparently staring at his screen didn't dry those eyes. Might have watered a few fans of the Immortals side though, because he gets a brilliant shot. KNG and Henny the last alive. With mere HP to work with, working through CT as well is KNG, but Bomb is still well away from there. Heading back down to Banana, they split this 1-1. There's still 2 to find in the site.
Yeah, some damage inflicted there by KNG. Time ticking away, Bomb at the bottom of the Banana as well. Hobbit's watching that area, and Adren hits another shot. That's going to be this round done. And he has to save the weapon. Immortals shut down there, some blunders coming through there, Matt. The fact they didn't check that Log's position where Hobbit was, that's a pre-fire of anything. If you lose full control Banana, you at least face check it, give it something. That's the 4 players surviving, an MP9, a scout, and 2 UMPs. You have great to AK-47
And they got
now.
them, yep, they got there just in time after the round ended, so they got the AKs carried over. That is a perfect bonus round.
Yeah, they get all the rifles now. They've got AWP on Mo. He has to buy that, of course, but still, their money's starting to swell now. Might as well start to spend some of it. Don't want to get to 60K too early. 4-0. The AK has been saved by Henny, but he can't drop anything. He survived, of course, no bomb going down, so that means he gets no money into this round. His teammates coming in with the partial buy, knowing they have maximum loss bonus next round. So some Deagles, and, well, that Deagle's gone, unfortunately. It's Lucas that goes down. Mo getting into the zone now. He looks so good on train, carrying on that good form. Some stellar scout shots in the previous as well. 5-on-4, Henny with the AK-47 has to try and find something here at the top and middle.
And he waits with the AK. Only one. Bolts has already cleared out toward Boiler. Steel's working in toward the apartments. They nearly have a confrontation. Doja and he inside of the smoke. Doja sprays through 17 HP for Steel to work with. Need gets him. Zeus. The alley-oop will take him out. KNG starts to work off toward the arch. He was occupied, looking still toward apartments, so he could actually get close, but he's got a Dread to be with him, and he's got the speed and grace to get back in time. Only speed and grace. He's got guns everywhere, all over the place. Down Doja, takes out Henny, covered off both sides. Perfect hold from Gambit.
Absolutely perfect. Facing towards T-steps in Ozil, definitely not a possibility. Mo's feeling brave, he gets 2 kills. Nice teamwork as well, as you said, the alley-oop setup. Dozia's called as a low HP player towards the apartment. Zeus capitalizes, throws a nade in, finds the kill, and also finds 5-0. Maximum loss bonus now for the Immortal side. $3,400 per player, but no orb coming out. Henny yet to frag, same story as well. There's 4 players without frags right now, Matt. Only KNG's final kill after 5 rounds. That's kind of unbelievable.
It's so good as they stack the Madren and Hobbit collect not only 1, but almost 2. They do 196 damage. Bolts left on 4. Mo takes out KNG. Smoke Peak will not work out that door. WP still to play with. Arch will finally back off with some utility down, but it can afford to do so.
This is the bloodbath. The Immortals can't get going here. The HE grenade's brutal. And it's bolts, like you said, 96 damage inflicted. They have to go towards quad. Lucas is in a decent position, but Zeus, perfect flashbang, sets Dozier up. Surely more kills coming in here. And Dozier looking to mow them down, but still finds him.
Shot in from Bolt to return, Lucas. They've opened it up somehow. It looked impenetrable, but now they're all over the site. Lucas is able to hit Adren as well. Rotation back for Hobbit, 1 versus 3. They've got money, so might as well go for it. Shut them down early, especially if you can just get money out of them at the very, very least. Bolts is inside of the site. He's the low HP. Head shown from Steel, but how quick can he aim to the left because Steel's already spotted him? And Immortals finally do get around.
How do they recover that situation? It was looking so good for Gambit. 5-on-3 of 1 player of 4 points of health as well. They get towards quad, and this explosion comes through. The setup was perfect from Gambit. Dozier in the pit, flashbanged in by his teammates, but can't hit the shots there. Needed more accuracy, and there's the HEs at the very start. So brutal, as soon as the round was done. But here's the replay. Steel going to town with that AK-47. Great recovery, but like you said, plenty of money available for Gambit now. Zeus knows that round should have been theirs, but has to recover now. Can reset Immortals going into the next round. The ult's back out for Mo, flashed off middle. He falls back. Passes them back in return. Default round now from the Immortal side. Nothing too aggressive from Gambit either. They throw the same nades, but I don't think Immortals will be walking into those again.
So quickly. Doja again's going to contest toward the apartments. Won't be inside of the hall this time. Hobbit's making his way down toward Banana. Didn't check him last time he was here.
Indeed. Problem is, these pushes, it does expend your utility. Hobbit gets on the wall position. Can be left alone, but usually better with the AWP there.
Some damage, didn't even hit. Backs off smartly though, doesn't need to re-peek it. Catch me if you can angle, and they've already spotted it, so no need for more. Lucas starts to work his way out from Boiler. Doja again tasked with holding off on the quad side. Utility thrown by Mo to help support the cause and slowing them down inside of the apartments. Maybe that gives Doja a chance to work with Zeus to retake and claim some territory, but you've got to watch Top Banana with Bolts and Henny, because if they get a kill, this goes back that direction. Bomb, Steel, it's already heading there now. 25 seconds, it's going to be on B. It's all down to Hobbit and a Dren. It's all for Cell on KNG. They'll try and get up as fast as they can. 4 on the site versus the 2 inside of it, and Hobbit, he's already got the first kill. Dren's got the second. And it's a follow-up as the Dren gets through the smoke. Hobbit does the damage. Henny's going to try and plant as fast as he can. 8 seconds, he won't even bother. He gets off of it, and he gets found. The Dren shuts them down, and Gambit reset Immortals immediately.
It was a clever approach there from Immortals, trying to show that presence towards top of the middle, sell something on that side of the map, potentially force a rotation. But Zeus, he finds the kill just about, comes down to 1 bullet there, and they're going towards Banana. But what a setup that is. Both players boosted, 1 in CT spawn, 1 at first oranges, taking the aggro from one another, and it's just a perfect setup. Immortals could do nothing about it. Didn't have the utility to really finish that round off, and Gambit extend their lead to 6-1. It's a full reset as well. 2 players on less than $2,000. They can force into this if they want to. Steel and Bolt with 4,500, but they'll take a pause. What's the best point of approach? This setup is just so brutal. Just as they're staring at first oranges, they assume they've heard the call, he's boosted. They go and check that position, but they're not thinking about CT spawn. And trying to finish things off as well. After looking so quiet on Cobblestone, he's looking fantastic here on Inferno. And number 8, the unpause comes in. They will indeed force into this map. This could be so disruptive to their economy going forward. Again, 2 AKs and 3 pistols.
Bit of an interesting read from Hobbit, though. I think he's expecting less of a buy.
Yes, you're right.
Because he's gone for the MP9, and against armor, as we mentioned before, the penetration isn't really there.
But you get to positions like sandbags and that B position towards logs, so there's plenty of angles there. First oranges, it's actually a pretty viable weapon on a map like Inferno. There's plenty of places you can just dig yourself into. And yes, you're probably right. He does think it's going to be up against an eco here. But the force spike coming through, this is such a gamble now from Immortals.
A Gambit from Immortals.
Yes.
Mission goes back from out early toward CT. They don't have quite the same setup. Force spy gets closer. Doja alone this time has Zeus to start rotating over. Forward of the position and Pit. What a shot from Steel. Through the edge of the hay bale, he's able to find it quickly. Zeus will get in the sight. Immediately finds one. Looks for another. Has to get off the position if he's not careful because he's running out of ammo. And Lucas is able to capitalize, but Adren is in position quick enough. Not out of the woods just yet because they are on the site with smoke to hold off. The CT's bomb needs to go down now if they've ever had a chance. It's in the moment, and immediately they do so. Headshot position as well at Graveyard for Henny to work with. This goes back out to 2 quad. Henny misses the chance. He's down to 18. He's gotten damage in, but no kills. And that's going to cost them. He and his brother simultaneously fall to the same HP, and they'll simultaneously fall inside of the side. Or will they? Lucas has other plans. He's gone down to a 1-on-1, but not enough to find Mo.
They gave it absolutely everything there, Immortals. Trading the frags. Lucas trying to step up towards the end there. 3 kills in total in that round, but it wasn't quite enough. Sure, the bomb gets planted, but there's no real chance of recovering from that situation. It's 7-1. Surely they take an eco here. Can't force by again. Definitely dicey there for Zeus. He finds that 1 kill, buys some time for the rotations. That MP9 wasn't so tantalizing after all, it seems. Couldn't really cause any sort of damage there, but Gambit hold on just about. And I think I see the force by coming in again, Matt. Immortals really want to force the issue here. They know that Gambit, sure, they're having close rounds, but they've built up so much early money at the beginning of this half. Surely this doesn't work out for them. 2 Deagles, a Scout, 1 AK. And the Scout shot hits, Mo down to 31 HP, but still a lot of work to do here.
Still in play for Mo, even though it's been pushed back. Disco more passive. Again, closer toward A, but no commitment this time. Good find for Hobbit. Good start.
Indeed. A couple of force buys here from Immortals. Not looking too promising here. Hobbit just has full control of the banana area every single time, doing more damage to Henny there as well. Looking very confident, I have to say. A mid-approach now. That solo AK-47 really needs to find some heads here.
Forward position again for Doja to get out of the pit. Zeus has to be ready. Around they go. He's very, very near the wall. Single flash might catch him. He's going to be forward enough. It's going to actually hit Doja if they're not careful. He's so close to it. He's so close to it. Dodges it. He goes, but he gets shut down. Nearly a lineup chance, but Lucas opens up the possibility of error inside of the site. Crossfire set with Mo on the AW beam. That's enough for tunnel vision. And Doja just barely gets a kill as Steel strikes back. He'll fall in the pit.
Another decent attempt there from Immortals. They make things uncomfortable, but Gambit, they're absolutely fine. They can buy up around. There's 3 players on them up $10,000. 2 force buys in a row. Immortals, they're getting close, but it doesn't matter. You need to get rounds on the board at this stage. There's still plenty of rounds left, but 8-1. The scoreline starting to increase. I thought that was the moment there for Zeus. I thought he was going to get a 3-man spray down, but didn't work out like that. The flashbang was good. Lucas turns around 180, takes him down. Enjoying himself though, Zeus. He knows. He can smell the victory. Finally, a major championship could be coming his way. Has to be the full eco here for Immortals.
He certainly tasted defeat. To be on the other side, a dream for Zeus. For all of them, to be fair, but a longer journey for him. The pistols this time. The force buys have to run out eventually, and they have. Bolts flirts with shots through smoke that actually seem to have an upward trajectory. I imagine they're anticipating Hobbit to be using the top of the wall. He's done it enough. Again, the fortified A positions as they rotate over, leaving Hobbit on his own.
Well, options very limited, I have to say here. Hobbit once again, just full control of banana. This is a massive problem for Immortals. If they're not going to challenge it, it needs to retake in the mid stages of the round. He's had too much freedom on this side. You can see 4 players towards the 8. He gets a nice early call, flashes them off, buys some time, calls for a rotation. He'll be absolutely fine there. Henny, 8 HP, he's done damage, and he sets himself up once again. Changes the line. Hobbit towards the coffin position, Adrenaline CT spawn. Surely Immortals don't even find a frag here. No nades, nothing to cover off this crossfire.
Dren waiting for the right moment to take one step right. That moment's now. Hobbit's already found the first Hobbit. He's got them all. He's lining them up. He's got 4 and an ace for Hobbit.
Up against the eco, but it's still beautiful. Hobbit's turning up to this grand final now. Was absent in the first map, but the second and third, they've been his. 9-1, Immortals now running out of chances. Need to start posting rounds on the board. No orbs really as of yet. And Matt, I have to say, I'm going to look at the scoreboard right now. Henny, after being the MVP of Cobblestone, is on 1 for 9. We need him to start showing up. If they're going to have any chance of winning this third map, you can't have a player that absent. Number 11 here, Mosen on the AWP, and it's going to be towards Banana, but taken down, finally challenging his Banana position.
Out goes Hobbit. They've had troubles with him, KNG with both, but he's stuck between flames. Oh, how does he find a gap? 1 brick to step on, and somehow he gets there. Floor is lava, Henry.
It is indeed.
Hobbit, by the way, sits with 14 and 4, Adren 15 and 4. They're way up, but they don't expect KNG to be in the position that he is. He's able to find his 3rd kill. It's down to Doja and Zeus, who have rotated all the way over toward the B side. If they take bomb to A, they're in the open.
Finally, they're challenging that banana position. That's going to be a huge issue for them, but Zeus, he's still there. Gets tagged up in the process, but he makes the round at least viable with the CTs. Dosia now to defend, but he's on the other side of the map. A is completely open. That should conclude this one. Immortals, that's what they need to do. Use the Molotov. You've got utility to expend. That's what it's useful for. Pushing the CTs back, not allowing them to have full control of B is a massive issue. And they managed to at least step up this time. KNG, one of the big names for Immortals, 3 kills in that round. Zeus got 2 in return, but that's going to be it now. They don't really have the option to retake this. Save the AWP, Zeus picks that up, and they'll just hold at the B-bomb site.
Lots of money, though, there is, though, for Gambit, so they couldn't try and take down any weapon. All of them are beneficial at this point in time.
Immortals now feeling like they know what to do to challenge this banana position. The Gambit has sent even more firepower there, bring more HP.
This is so smart.
Party.
Oh, this is huge. Doji's throwing a nade into the corner just as the bomb's going to go off. They're both going to go down. Get brained on. Doja with the dunk. That's so smart.
I've never seen that before. Coming into that position, you can survive in the pit for anyone who's not aware. Him coming and throwing the AG grenade at that spot, just as the bomb goes off as well, takes them both down. Sure, he doesn't get the frags for it, but he denies them so much money going forward as well. That's one of the sickest ideas ever. They land in their faces and then they both die. That's so smart. He realizes it as well. He loves it.
That's incredible.
That's so cool.
I was just thinking, why doesn't he push apartments? If you know they go there and then he pulls the nade, that's even smarter. No risk, takes down 2 AKs. Spectacular.
Very good. That's a really interesting play, I have to say. Towards middle now, contact stuff, and it's going to be Mo falling back here. They're going to commit, try and stick as a wolf back and see if they can find the first frag.
How to win a game with Doja. Clever tactics indeed. Steal. To find his way back into Boiler. They have gotten to top mid early. Smoke will go down toward Arch, but it's now gone. Adren's waiting. He's behind the statue in CT. He can peek accordingly. Makes connection early. This will pull Zeus back over, but Henny was ready on the angle. Finds the kill. Adren somehow survives, but only Justin will eventually fall. Mo, last line of defense, stuck inside of the site. Direct gets an open angle. Fast shot. Hides the way behind the pillar. He's expecting a push from Quad, and he might get one as well. The bomb's getting inching and closer and closer. Oh! He's gotten Henny down. He's got a chance to go for Henny. Excuse me, it's Bolt. He's got that as well, but not quite. It's a tag through the edge of the box. Bahamut arrives, and Gambit find number 10.
Mo is just so sick. What is that awareness? And no, there's a possibility players coming from Quad as well. Nails that first draw, that was impressive. But the second was even better. Just buying time for the rotation to come in. And Gambit, that's so huge. 10-2, money in the bin for Immortals, another reset. That shot was sick. Then just staying alive, like you said, knows exactly where he is, uses that pillar. And this job, nothing you can do about this. Punish just Bolts and Henny. 2 kills, 11 deaths. He's having a rough time. So's Bolts as well, same scoreline for him. Joona rush to see what we can do here. They do find the first kill. Can they get any more?
Lucas gets Adren to follow it. As you mentioned, Mo now ready with the AWP. He's going to go through. It's a little light, it's a little late. So to as much damage, Lucas is therefore able to survive. Pick up the guns on entry. Zeus wants to attack fast. He knows the situation with their conduit, but he's got to be careful against the wall. Firing in. He's going to go for the reload at the exact wrong moment. Steel strikes. Mo does the same in return, but they've still got work to do. Waiting for the angle to present itself, but there's no need for it to do so. Well, he's been whittled down ever so slightly, so this time they can't necessarily afford to go all in. Try and take weapons away. Fine for Doja as they want to cross over to grab yet what was remaining in M4. Go on at this point. It's about economy, and Doja is the one to punish it again. 10-3 Immortals find another round. Gambit still in control. And they'll carry the op over on Mo. And be able to buy around it quite easily as well.
A banana rush there for Immortals, working out again. That seems to be the only strategy they've got that's actually finding consistent success. The scoreline's 10-3. Actually, though, Gambit are starting to get whittled down. If Immortals win the next one, they could find us over 10-5. That's a tall order. The way Gambit are playing right now, I'm not sure that's going to be a possibility. But now, they do have the full buy. Mo back on the AWP. It's probably with 15 kills. And Dren 16. They've been so strong together. Number 14 now. Bolts down to Khalil. Haven't really seen the AWPs at all on this T side, which is fine. We don't expect to, but with this team, I thought we'd even see double AWPs on the T side of Inferno. Just to mix things up like we did on Train.
Smoke down top, Banana Bolts is inching closer. Hobbit goes past him again, back to the coffins. Bolts backs off ever so slightly.
And they've got that banana control. That's something that's been a massive problem for Immortals generally. It's Bolts and KNG that hold that side of the map. More of a default round now. Established control, taking vision away from the CTs, but they're running out of utility now. Still have a couple of smokes remaining. Trying to get some sort of a pick here, but maybe smoked out a banana once again. Bolts trying to find a gap. There is a slight one there, but can't do anything with it. The bomb is on that side of the map as well. Time ticking away. They head back towards middle. It's still in the apartments. Lucas and KNG to take the point.
Oh, that's a big kill to find. He's one of the two players that have it. Can he get the aggressive steal with a great entrance? It's all on to Zeus. In the sights. Finds the fight. Down goes Lucas and Bolts to follow as it's Hobbit to get the kill, but KNG goes back toward the apartments. He thinks he's got a trap set for a Dren, but the trap he set seems to have caught his leg. Not quite. Good shot. Hobbit to 1 versus 2. 15 seconds, bomb just goes down. Does he spot KNG? The flash went in. I think he may have.
Must have done.
If he didn't, someone called it. He's trying to bait it out with shots toward the site. He definitely knows he's there. And 14, 550 left in the bank. He's got to go now if he goes at all. KNG refuses to peek, refuses to move, neither does Henny. He'll go. Bold play. This time he's close enough. KNG takes the bait, but looks away the wrong time, and he comes out to get the kill.
KNG is performing, I have to say. The rounds they've been winning, he's been fragging hard. 4 kills from there, and that round, looked like Zeus might have just done enough there, but the pincer coming from the arch side shut him down. And it came down to a Dren as well. That was the key frag. He walked past the library position, goes to the full spray. He could have saved that one, but didn't happen. This is the moment just then. That one right there. And Dren, if he finds that frag, they probably win the round. But KNG, very disciplined. Didn't overcommit, and we did say 10-5 was a possibility. Gambit have to force buy into round number 15 here. Current scoreline is 10-4. UMP, CZs, and the All Promo. It was looking so good for Gambit. It was going to be a very one-sided affair, but Immortals have found something here.
Dren and Hobbit looking to get aggressive. Hobbit with just the CZ.
Double orb set up on the T side. I did say Matt, it might be coming out at some point. We're getting the last round.
It's a tough time to do it though, because if there's any misses, if there's any margin for error, pistols, if they get close, will capitalize, and already there's some damage done to Bolts and KNG.
Yeah, it cost them a round on the train side, but we'll see if they find any success. A decent damage done towards Bolts and KNG. And Dosia to open things up. He finds Lucas.
Great start. Repace needs to be careful. What's the shot? Oh, from Steel. He got dinked. Nearly missed the spray on the AK. Further damage, though, to aid to the fact that the guns aren't the favor. That's exactly the point, because the Dren taking down KNG. It's all adding up. And 15. Immortals might lose control. Blade is Steel inches in with no HP just to get the AWP.
Could have waited a couple more seconds there, but he wanted it. Takes a tick of damage down to 9. 35 seconds now as Bolts. He heads towards top and middle, trying to find that pick. He seems to know where Zeus could be. Zeus is there with the UMP, not going to face, wants to keep running down the clock.
Closer and closer they get to a Dren. AK at the ready, thinks of going toward quad, but no, is there someone above? Mo finds that, now they'll both peek. They'll both peek together, and Dren's got a heavy, good response. But he's gonna go for the wall bang, but he can't afford to because Zeus is popping out. 11-4, Gambit, CT side done. And an incredible half. You've got to watch out for Immortals on T side, but that sets the tone.
Just marvelous stuff there from Gambit generally. I have to say, Immortals, that double orb setup on the T side is questionable. One orb is difficult to utilize correctly there. Double orbs in the final round, you said it. The pistols become a massive issue there, they certainly did. Couldn't establish any sort of map control, very slow default. First kill comes towards the apartment and it all falls apart. Tagged up, naded at the start as well. It's Gambit 11, Immortals 4. And we switch things over. They'll take as much time as they need here. They're able to have our 30 seconds before you have to commit. Gambit win this pistol map. Good lord, that could be the end of Immortals' run here. They need this desperately.
What a reverse series. First map, Immortals were incredible.
Yeah.
There was no chance for Gambit. Battered everywhere on cobblestone. Bit of a brawl on train, and now it's Gambit that have the lead early.
That's it. We're coming to the end of this major now. Let's make sure we blow the roof off. The pistol begins. Gambit with 4 sets of armor. They've got 1 flash, and Zeus with the Tech 9 as well. It's Bolts who wants to get aggressive, trying to find that first headshot. Can't do it just yet, but KNG can. Takes down Zeus.
Very, very important kill. He doesn't lose much HP either, so he's able to back off. That changes as he gets faced off, but Bolts is able to walk back out and Steel as ever. Chimes in at the right time, goes you down, it's on to Mo, and Mo's gonna be found peeked out. All 5 stay alive. Immortals have exactly what they need for a fast CT start.
Very good with the pistols, it seems. Throughout this tournament, Immortals have looked stellar with the silenced USPs. It's Bolts and Steel doing tremendous work there. Steel especially looking very, very strong, I have to say. No bomb goes down for Gambit, meaning we have to have a force buy here in the second round. Tech9's very similar situation to what we saw in the first half. Do not get much utility to work with here. Everyone commits. Head armor, Tech9, no nades. What's the play here? Do you go for a fast B take? Try and get that first pick. Have to negate the grenades to begin with.
Hobbit flirting with what's on the other side of the banana wall. A deep smoke means Henny has options. He's got support. Lucas is there as well. As the wave circulates the arena. Tag on KNG, he goes down to 19. We just have to force him back. It's Doja getting smoked inside of apartments, though. He'll rotate around. They'll take over top mid instead. And they could actually push through. If Lucas gets caught right now,
Oh!
back to B. What a run and gun from Mo. It's going to be that call on the fly. That opens up everything. Bomb heads towards CT. One player has to stay to watch rotations. And inside of the site, Henny is all that remains.
Yeah, and he's had a rough game. If ever there's a chance to step up, this would be it. They're coming towards Ruins. It's Zeus to challenge first. Can he find a shot? He can't just yet. Henny stays alive and does damage to the second.
Second one's important, but it also was the bomb, which means it's planted. If it was the other way around, it would have caused bigger chaos. He would have been able to control and potentially get a double, but bomb going down for Gambit. They're going to circle back in toward Henny. Henny's got them both, though. He'll shut them down. Thankfully, Adren stays alive to try and control the round, but he's got to run far away just to get a gun. There's kits on both players, 22 and 29. That gun could do it if it finds both fast enough. If it sprays in, trade potential's the factor. They can't line up. They cannot body block the defuse. He's got to be immediate. Tapped already to pull him back in. Shot out. Bait comes back, and Steel does it perfectly. That's the setup. They had to run, and Immortals controlled the rounds.
So close there. So many amazing picks with the Tech9, the clothesline, and the arch position as well. That was a 5-on-3. We said Henny. He's been non-existent in this third map, and he steps up in the Ruins position as well. Finds the first kill. Sure, the bomb goes down, and he gets that double frag to secure the round almost. It was still a difficult situation. Trent definitely had a chance of in that one, but Henny keeps the Immortals' head above water here. And it's another force buy from Gambit. Not going all in. With the bomb down, though, they get Tech9's head armor again. They know the CTs are low. If they do win one of these force buy rounds, that's it. Immortals have no money whatsoever. And number 18. Another default play here. They have got one smoke this time, Gambit, but the orb's out. Henny looking to find some form, maybe revitalize after finding 3 frags in the previous. Did find his first shot. Takes Hobbit down to 16 HP.
Good line shot. Tech9 will start the brawl. Flash goes deeper than Doja was standing, but already Bolts has backed off. Down toward the top of middle, but won't commit just yet. They're passive as well. KNG all the way toward Library. Middle position. Goes over, lands at Library. KNG identifies it, knows that they're likely heading that direction. Pop, flash, back out. They have bypassed. They're going to wrap toward Library as well. They stay to take the fight. Zeus wins it. They've got control of the situation, but they've got to contend with the fact, not only with a gap in the smoke, that there is an M4 for Steel. It's going to pop out when they least expect it. Low HP on Zeus. He can't take the fight. Good read. Great read from Steel to know that Adren was still in there.
He had to step up, and he's certainly delivering so far. 3 kills for Steel, just as it looked like the round was going to fall apart. It's up to Zeus now, but nothing he can do. The round's recovered once again. It's Immortals the 4-on-1 advantage. Hobbit, 16 HP in the apartments, bombed down. Somehow they do it again, and it's Gambit knowing as they find those kills, they had position. But Hobbit, nothing really he can do here. Has to walk out to his certain death. They had the first pick. They had outside control as well. Players at quad and the apartments were still knowing he had to step up. He said the gap in the smoke, that was everything. Faces the corner, finds the first kill. 180 flick towards the Library as well. Still fantastic work, and that's got to be the eco now for Gambit. Now we're getting somewhere over Inferno. 11-7. Immortals back in this one.
Definitely back into it. We know their CT side is very, very aggressive. They had a huge lead over Big. They'll take the fights, they'll set the tempo, and Gambit cannot afford to let this slip at all. The game was far from done at 11-4 at half. Second shot by Steel. So I recognized that they were wrapping back that direction instead of all the way through CT.
Sure. Yeah, that looks so good from Steel. Oh, they're force bang again. Oh, Gambit.
That's risky when you've got a 4-round lead.
Yeah, with this sort of lead, with the 11-4 half, I don't think this was required. They'll get 4-stage loss bonus next round, which is I think, $900, but I guess they got about 1,000 per player, so they still have some sort of a buy, but Zeus with the AK, he's gone all in.
Back out for the peek. Again, they get the leg shot. Successful by Henny, but not for the kill. They're getting closer inside of the smoke. They're not up there just yet. He will back off. Can't afford to stay close. That does conceal a number of players on pistols.
Well, in terms of utility for the Gambit side, 4 smokes, flashbangs, and it's looking like a banana execution could be everything for them. Try and shut down Henny. He's got the AWP, low HP as well. This could work out for them. Trying to break down the Immortals very desperately here. 5 players on this side of the map. The smokes are coming momentarily. We can see Henny. He's ready to battle.
Indeed, misses the first shot, but position, take it back, he did it, but that's how quick it was. Position to get immediately toward new box. Can't quite hit the second shot, with Adren taking down Lucas on the AK. He's gonna get himself in a position to get Henny. Smokes are perfectly placed in accordance for the plan. As KNG goes quick toward Ruins, Mo's got it down and he's already retreated to his safe haven at new box. They will not play emo. The Dren's left in the open as a result of that choice. Mo's got to get a backward shot, but KNG immediately trades it. Doge has gone between them. Not only is this man sexy, he's smart. He's going all around them. Tech 9, they've already come from this position. UMP picked up, they spot that, knowing KNG again is the one to shut it down with 3 kills.
Gambit is can't get to break in the second half. It's going to be 4-0 in Immortals' favor. So many tense rounds, so many close moments as well. Dosia, you're absolutely right. That was a smart play. Pushing through CT spawn, manages to negate everyone there in the smoke, but unfortunately, they're waiting for him, and Immortals do take the round. They're looking much better here in the second half. With the bomb going down as well on our 4-stage loss bonus, we do have a buy just about. As I said, Zeus, he was all in the previous round, so he's down to just a Tech 9. The 4 AKs around him is still decent. Double orb set up. They love it. This is when they're absolute strongest. KNG and Henny. Can they get rolling against this slow, methodical plays out of Gambit? The executions now will be coming in. More default plays. Surely they'll deny the picks.
Double op. Stays a little more passive than you might expect with the early Molotovs. They can't get in toward Banana, so Henny has to hold from top as a result. This is the first shot. I think that hits. Again, he hits every time. Zeus, he's hit a leg. 3 consecutive rounds. Or at least early damage.
Well, they've managed to pick up banana control here. You're right, Zeus made it up. 4 players towards this side of the map. Dosia alone in the apartments. He'll be falling back. Doesn't show too much presence, but denying CT vision in that particular area. He'll be joining his teammates and they'll presumably send Zeus in first with just a Tech 9. Smokes deployed. Is this the bait and switch though? They're hoping to bait out a utility. Doesn't look like it. The full commitment as Hobbit goes in first.
Oh, missed smoke inside. Henny's pinched into the corner. Question is, do they wrap and find him? AWP still at the ready. They go over top. It's even better. Lucas is forced away. He can serve ammunition while he sprays through. He'll swap out with KNG on the AWP. Another plant for Gambit. Flash KNG.